This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It is an honor to have you here. It's June 2nd, 2021, and so gardening has started. And what does my garden look like to date? Well, we can get down here and take a look at, this is my row of rhubarb along the north side of my property. You never have to replant it, and yet it produces food every year, and it is very hardy. Something to consider if you're gardening. The next outfit here is a 100-gallon, 250-gallon, I should say, 100 gallons of water, clear full, ready to go for the summer. Here's one of my biggest tanks. That's 300 gallons of water, come off of rainwater, of course, and it's clear full, ready to go. My backyard, mostly weeds, but when mowed, it still looks pretty nice. My freezers, of course, for the business. The new deck is a blessing. Wood was double the price this year, unfortunately. Of course, wife has her flowers. And of course, I put some cucumbers up here on the deck so I can just step out the door and pick a cucumber if I get in the mood. Come on down this way. We'll come over here to begin with. This is a butterfly bush. My wife enjoys watching butterflies, so we have that. The next bunch is 4 containers. I said 4 containers. And we put the potato in the bottom of the containers, and as it started to grow, we added dirt. When it's all said and done, they will, without question, have quite a few potatoes in those containers that you just tip over and then put the dirt back in and be ready for next year again. I have to apologize. This one container is my wife's onions. And speaking of this direction, this is a tomato plant. Beautiful little plant, just not quite 2 foot tall yet. And here's another batch of container onions, small containers that we like to play with. There's one of my rain barrels. Over here is a zucchini plant doing pretty well, considering. We did have some light hail, and of course we've got the problem, I haven't got to cut those asparagus yet. They'll get ahead of me. Gardens are good at that if you're not careful. Okay, here's a nice little tomato plant. He had to come back. He got busted off, so he's coming back. And here's another tomato. A number of our tomatoes were all beat up pretty bad from the hail. As you can see, they've been topped off, not by me, but by hail. This one did a little better. We had them covered, but just not good enough. There's one of our containers right next to the garden area so that we can just go over there and dip nice warm water for the plants. This is a This is a cucumber container, growing pretty good. Haven't got anything in that one yet. Wife's behind herself. Here's a nice little tomato and another tomato. Then we move over here, and beans are starting in here, and boy, they didn't come up very good. So we'll go over here to this guy, and this is pretty interesting. It's a great big container, it really is, and yet you can reach over here and just get, into it, or to weed it, and or to do whatever needs to be done. And it grows yearly a good patch of green beans that, again, you don't have to stand on your head to pick. Another, let's see, I like my catnip. If you're into catnip, I am, for many uses. And of course the rhubarb again. Here's another small tomato plant. A little bigger one, tomato plant, one of mine. And then we have 4 pepper plants down here. And they're doing reasonably good. Yeah, no, my cat is trying to help, ain't he? Very helpful cat. Be that as it may, we can come up front here then. Got a pretty good tree row here to try to kill some of the noise. And here is acorn planted, not yet up. I hope they're going to germinate. This is a nice big container tank. You bet. Over 200 gallon. Does its job when watering. And it comes off of this roof, so it does well. Absolutely. Swing around up this way. You're looking at dill. Absolutely. And some more cucumbers. My wife's front flowers. She does enjoy her flowers. Most women do. So that is a quick look at our garden. I hope yours is doing well. If you have any tips, the rest of us would sure like to hear it. Thank you.